Hey planner friends! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning for the week of Easter from the 3rd to the 9th of April in my Hemlock Oak weekly. Let's get started! So the kit that I'm using this week is Egg Hunt from Plannerface, and this is an Easter kit that she released last year. I'm pretty sure that I used this art for my April monthly last year, and it's got purple in it so it fits with my monthly theme colour for the month of April. I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use my code in the description to save yourselves a little bit of money and also mention me for my brand new freebie for Q2 of 2023. As usual, I'm starting with my sidebar, so I've coloured over the week that we're in on the mini calendar in the top left hand corner with my theme colour for the month of April, which is a purple passion marker, and then I've added in the squared off half box with some deco from the kit for my weekly focus, a decorative box, a little glitter header to take up some space, a habit tracker to track my daily check-ins with my planner, the Monday to Sunday box to mark in all of my meals, and then a 3-heart checklist box at the bottom for any tasks that are covering the whole week, not just a specific day. I can then move on to my date covers. So before I took these off the sticker paper, I'd already trimmed about 1mm off the side of each one, so I have that tiny bit of white space between the columns of the vertical planning section. I'm then going to add in the date dots, which are the ones that I've been using pretty much consistently since I started in this planner, the Dates version 2 from Plannerface. Once those are all down, I can then move on to my glitter headers, and again I've trimmed 1mm off of each of these glitter headers before I put them down. For this week I only have glitter headers on Monday to Thursday because on Friday to Sunday I'm going to be laying down a strip of washi, as Friday was a bank holiday in the UK, so I wanted to have my weekend banner across all 3 days. Because this is an older format of Plannerface kit, the washi isn't actually 15mm yet, it's about 13, so I'm just laying that under Friday to Sunday, and then I'm going to layer the weekend banner over the top of it, with the bottom of the weekend banner just going below the washi strip to make sure it's taking up the whole chunk of time between my date covers and 8 AM on the timelines. As usual, I've cut the second piece of washi from the kit in half, and I'm creating that little divide between my vertical planning section and my reflection section at the bottom. So I've got one half on the right hand side, and then I'm going to invert it on the left hand side so that both the blue sections are in the middle and the colours fade into each other. Whenever I have a washi strip that has like a gradient across it, I like to have the matching colours in the middle so that it kind of all blends together. Next, I'm adding in all of my decorative boxes for the week, and in the newer format mini kit from Plannerface you get more decorative boxes, and I used to not really notice the difference when I was using an older kit versus a newer kit, but in this case I definitely did because I actually ran out of decorative boxes to use. So on Sunday I've actually grabbed a piece from like an old monthly kit that I had saved in my reusable sticker album, and it kind of fit the colour scheme, so I've just popped that in, and then I'm going to put some other stickers over it just to make it blend in with the rest of the decorative boxes. All the boxes in this kit are very springy and Easter themed, so it was perfect for the weather this week, which was really nice on Friday, and also the fact that it was Easter this week. Even though we're not really doing anything for Easter, we just get a couple days off work. Oh, and of course I bought us Easter eggs because I can't have Easter without chocolate. Once I've got that last decorative box in on Sunday, we can then move into my plans for the week. So zooming in and starting on Monday, I'm first adding in a blob of my April theme colour, which is this purple passion marker, and then all of my work checklists this week are marked with these Spring Coffee Monsters Co emojis on their laptops. On Monday I also had a big chunk of oncology training to do, so I'm marking that with a third box from the kit and this Paper Shire Bonilla who is under a stack of paperwork. I'm then remembering to mark in at the end of work for Monday, Wednesday and Thursday, so this week I've gone for a dashed line with the fine liner side of my passion marker. I just went in with this freehand, not using my ruler or anything, and it's fairly straight. They're not the best dashed lines I've ever done, but they definitely get the job done. On Monday evening I was going to see a band that I haven't seen for about 8 years, so I was really excited about that. I'm using a square box from the kit with a Stick with the Planco Girl Enjoying a Drink and a little ticket stub from Paper Shire. I also marked in my to-do list for the evening with the laundry doodle from the kit and another blob of my purple theme colour. Moving on to Tuesday, I'm first marking in my first weight session of the week, and I'm working backwards at the moment to make sure that I have enough space for everything. I'm then using an event label and a little doodle from Plannerface to mark in that we had our bite-sized session today, which is a nickname that we've given to our team educational meetings, and maybe a bit of a blast from the past to anyone from the UK who was doing secondary school exams in the noughties. I've then added in a work from home script from Plannerface and my emoji on their laptop, and then for Tuesday evening I'm just marking in my to-do list with a Bonilla cleaning the toilet. Moving on to Wednesday, I'm first marking in my usual Wednesday afternoon seminar using a quarter box and a laptop doodle from the kit, and then I'm marking in my work checklist with another Coffee Monsters co-emoji. I actually ended up doing a load more training on Wednesday, but I've just had to put it in my checklist because I didn't want to mess up my double box on Wednesday and Thursday. For Wednesday evening, I'm just marking in my to-do list with some deco from the kit, and then I'm adding in one of my Pinky Stickers printables to mark in doing some yoga at home. Currently my yoga is very much just like a stretchy session at home. I don't really want to go to the sessions at the gym in case they're too intense because I'm doing quite intense training on my weight training days. So yeah, just a stretchy little yoga session at home was what I needed. Moving on to Thursday, this was my last work day of the week and I was working from home, so I've added in that script from Plannerface, and we also had our quality review meeting this day, so I'm marking that in with a quarter box and the book doodle from the kit, and then adding in my checklist in the same way that I have done throughout this week. On Thursday evening, I'm marking in my to-do list with a recycling icon from Plannerface. Unfortunately, these are discontinued, but I have a massive stash of them, so I'm going to continue to use them. And then I'm using a half box from the kit with a Joy of Planning weightlifting girl to mark in that I went to team training this day. And I'm really glad I did because we changed up my training session this day because I was feeling really good and I didn't want to do like a deload session like I was supposed to. And I ended up doing a new clean and a new jerk PB, so I'm very happy with those. Unfortunately, when I got back home after team training, I realised that I had a really bad puncture in one of my tyres, like I could literally hear the air escaping, so I've been waiting all weekend for Quick Fit to come out to fix that. Moving on to Friday, this was Good Friday, so I've added in a long flag from the kit with this Easter basket doodle from Plannerface and a Good Friday script from Tilly Journals. I'm then adding in a half box of the Stick with the Plan Co girl who's doing some DIY to mark in that we cleared out our garage this day. So this was something that I've been wanting to get done for a long time, and also we're doing a little bit of work on the garage in the next couple of weeks. So I was really excited to get started with that, and I'm really excited to get this project finished because it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. The only other thing I had planned for Friday was whatever I had on my checklist, so I've just used this emoji to mark that in, and then we can move on to Saturday where I was planning on going to team training, so I've layered over my 2 half boxes and added in my Joy of Planning weightlifting girl. Unfortunately, because I had no car and the trains were really rubbish, I didn't end up going to team training, so I just went to my regular gym, so I pulled all that up because I didn't have that like long drive time that I normally do where I block out a whole chunk of the day. Before team training, I'm marking and editing and recording this voiceover using a quarter box and some deco from the kit and an edit script from Plannerface. And then after, when we're supposed to be team training, I'm adding in my planning time using a flag and the planner doodle from the kit with a planning script also from Plannerface. Next, I'm adding in a half box with some deco from the kit for whatever we get up to on Saturday evening, and then I'm going to jump back to the beginning of Saturday and mark in my little checklist with some deco from the kit, just squeezing that in between the weekend banner and my edit box. On Sunday, I'm first marking in my to-do list for the day using the vacuum doodle from the kit, and then I'm going to add in an Easter egg doodle from Plannerface and an Easter Sunday script from Tilly Journals onto that decorative box at the beginning of Sunday morning. The rest of Sunday is pretty standard, which is good because I'm going to have to wait in all day for this new tyre to be fitted. So I'm first marking and uploading this YouTube video with a skinny event label from the kit, a YouTube button icon from Ickle & Co and an upload script from Plannerface. And then I'm adding in my final weight session of the week using another Pinky Stickers printable. So that's all of my stickers laid down for the week. Now I can go back in and fill in all of my plans as usual using my Pilot Friction pen. So this week started off really strong with that gig on Monday. I've been looking forward to it for ages, and as soon as I knew that this band was touring again, I knew I had to go because I haven't seen them for 8 years, and one of the main reasons that they haven't been over to the UK for that long is that they had a horrendous bus crash in 2015 and they weren't even sure if they were ever going to be able to tour again, so I knew I had to go and support them. However, that did mean that I stayed up past my bedtime on Monday evening, so I was super tired for the rest of the week because I was just trying to catch up on that little bit of lost sleep. Also, as this was the last week of my oncology rotation and the last 3 weeks of this rotation have been kind of crunched together because of annual leave and the long weekend, I felt like there was a proper crunch at work this week to get all of my training done, and I still have stuff to do, so it's going to feel like a real squish when I'm trying to get that done as well as being back on service work next week. My Easter bank holiday hasn't exactly gone to plan because of that puncture to the tyre, so I haven't been able to go to the shops and get any of the bits and pieces that I wanted for updating our garage, but I did do all of the clear out stuff and I'm really happy with how that's looking. We've got a little pile of stuff that needs to go to the tip once the tyre is repaired on the car, and then also we need to go to B&Q and buy some paint because hopefully we're going to be painting on Monday. After all the work doing the garage on Friday, the weather was so nice, so we decided to treat ourselves and go to the pub for a couple of drinks. So then yesterday, when I couldn't go to team training, I just had a super lazy day because it was a bit more overcast and I just wanted to chill out after all of the moving around that I did on Friday. Also, using my bank holiday to clear out the garage is the most adult thing I think I've done in a long time. For my weekly focus this week, I just popped in a Happy Easter because I didn't really know what else to put in this week. When I set up this spread, I didn't have a complete plan of how I wanted this whole garage thing to go. So yeah, I just went for Happy Easter, but that's everything for my pre-planning. Let's take a look at the finished spread. So here's the spread all filled out, and I really like how this one has turned out. It's some nice pastel Eastery colours, and also, although I had to change around a lot of stuff because of issues with the car, I don't think you can tell that I've had to move loads of stuff around. It still looks like a nice coherent spread. Also, you may have seen on my Insta story this week, but Reggie has finally learned how to play fetch after we've been trying to teach him for about a year. So that's everything for this video, friends. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!